Live from Michigan Avenue, this is Fox 32's Good Day Chicago.
A new initiative is helping families prepare meals that are both affordable and nutritious. It comes at a time where many people are dealing with high grocery costs and food insecurity. Joining us now to talk about it, Dr. Michael Kelleher, Senior Medical Director and Interim Chief Medical Officer at Meridian. Doctor, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks for having me on and taking the time.
Of course.
We're at the tail end of Nutrition Awareness Month, so this is particularly pertinent.
Oh, it's perfect timing. So it's a big question to start out with, but what is right now, especially the most effective way to be saving on groceries?
Well, we have a lot of strategies. So the Eat Well, Be Well program that's offered by Meridian, and for your viewers, Meridian is a health plan in the state of Illinois. There's a large Medicaid health plan. There are two smaller Medicare plans. There's what's called the Youth Care Plan, which is for kids in foster care, and then there's the Ambetter Plan, which is offered on the insurance exchange. So what we offer to our members is an Eat Well, Be Well program, which helps them with grocery costs. I think the best way to describe it is it's founded in the principle of food as medicine. So we like to offer for our members who have chronic illnesses dietary recipes that they can use to help manage their condition. So if you go to the website, ilmeridian.com, Eat Well, Be Well, you can find recipes for diabetes, patients or members with diabetes, with high blood pressure, with high cholesterol. And they're not just recipes, but they're cost-conscious recipes. And as you said at the outset, grocery costs are 30% higher than they were before the pandemic. So that means for every dollar you spent before the pandemic, you're spending $1.30 now. They're going to rise probably over 3% this year, and they'll certainly outstrip inflation. So it's a really difficult time for people, especially if their incomes are not on the high end of the scale. So people who are living at or above the poverty level are really challenged. So some of the strategies that the Eat Well, Be Well program offers are shop your pantry. Before you go out to the store, look in your pantry and see what you have. We have a big cabinet at the end of our kitchen that we keep the rice and the beans and the pasta in, and I go through that cabinet before I go to the store and look at it and see what we need. I also look at it when we're preparing meals to see, how old is this pasta? What should we use first?
Hey, Doctor, I want to jump in really quick before we run out of time, because
Sure.
whenever I go to the grocery store, I think one of my main frustrations comes from, we want to eat healthy, and we don't want to eat. I'm getting older. You don't want to eat junk food all the time, but it's frustrating to me that if I want to go to the grocery store and buy, for lack of a better word, crap, it's fairly affordable. But the moment where I decide I want to eat healthier and I really want to get cleaner foods and better foods and healthier foods, all of a sudden the price for those items has, I feel like, become astronomical. I feel like not only are grocery prices rising, any attempt to be healthy is made more difficult by the fact that it seems like the healthier foods are more expensive than the crap foods.
You're right, and the Eat Well, Be Well program emphasizes ingredients that are more cost conscious. The staples: beans, rice, fruits and vegetables. But you can use frozen vegetables and canned vegetables and frozen and canned fruits. And we don't think of that so much, but they do retain their nutritional value over time. Probably better than that broccoli you buy and that sits in the refrigerator for 2 weeks and is rubbery by the time you use it. So that's another strategy. But the Eat Well, Be Well program emphasizes exactly a solution to exactly the problem that you just mentioned. How to be more cost conscious in the face of some of the not so good dietary choices with salt, fat, and sugar in them being affordable.
Doctor, we appreciate you taking the time this morning. This is very valuable information for all of us who are trying to save as all we can while also trying to eat better. We really do appreciate you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jake.
Take
Have
care.
a good rest of the day.
You too. Good to see you.